Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to the 31 Days of Halloween. Today we're going to be going over this ventriloquist dummy, so if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. We're starting this one off with very hydrated skin, so to do that I'm using the Tarte Maracuja oil, followed by the Becca Illuminator in the shade Opal. This step could be completely skipped because I ended up powdering my face after all. I was trying to start out with a very dewy base, but then realized it would be much easier to powder everything. It would be easier to work with. Learn from my mistakes. But then we're going to go ahead and start with a full coverage concealer and a buffing brush. I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect because it is extremely good coverage. A little goes a long way, and it's an affordable product if you guys are in the market. You're going to want to make sure you blend this all over your face, ears, neck, and anywhere that's going to be showing. Then I'm taking the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer in, I think, the lightest shade that they carry, and I'm applying that to the high points of my face and under my eyes to really give it a cartoon effect. Once you have your concealer blended out, I just started out with the same brush that I used on my foundation. Then I'm going to go over to a Real Technique sponge and finish pushing it into the skin and getting out the creases, and then we're going to set everything with some Airspun translucent powder. As I had already said, I was just going to do like under my eyes and leave the rest of my face dewy, but I figured for the rest of the makeup it would be a lot easier if everything was set in place as well, so that's what I did. I just set my entire face with the Airspun powder. Once I set everything, I just dusted away the top portion of my face so that I could go ahead and start working on shadows and brows. And to do my brows, I'm using a black liner that I don't ever really use. I like to keep all of my liners that are not my favorites to use for everyday use and save those for around Halloween, and anytime I want to do gore makeup, they work really well for this kind of stuff. So you could use anything that's matching to your hair, but I decided to go with black because it is more dramatic, and I really wanted this to be a pretty dramatic look. So I'm just filling in my brows very cartoon-like. I was not too concerned with how perfect they were, obviously, because one of them is a little arched more than the other, but that just gives a little bit more cartoon effect to it, even though I completely did it on accident. And then in my crease, I'm just taking a grayish brown and applying that all in the crease, and that's the only shadow that I'm going to be using, and I'm going straight onto liner. I just used the Tarte clay paint liner and drew a very thick line on my eyes to really make them cartoony and add some definition. You could make this as thick or thin as you like, and I also decided to add a small wing on the outer corner. And I kind of put a little bitty cat eye thing in the inner corner as well. Once I have my black liner on, I'm going to pick up a white liner. My favorite one to use is by NYX Cosmetics, and it is the Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk, but I've misplaced mine. So I just picked up a random white liner and filled in my waterline, and also went all under my lashes as well. This is going to help mute out your lashes. Then I'm taking that same clay paint liner by Tarte, and I'm drawing in a new lower lash line. Once I have that drawn on, I'm taking the same gray brown shade on a smaller brush, and I'm going to blend out that black liner. Now it's time to start making the cheeks of the ventriloquist dummy, which is one of the things that I find them to be most famous for. So I just used my smile lines that I already have, and I really smile a lot through this video. It's probably going to be a little scary for you, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So just smile away, and wherever the lines naturally fall on your face, start filling them in with a dark brown shade. And once you have the dark brown shade applied, go ahead and go back over it with a black shade and make sure that everything is blended well together. This is going to make it look a little more realistic, or at least as realistic as you can to be a ventriloquist dummy. And if you want perfect skin, you can go ahead and go with that, but I decided to use my wrinkles to my advantage today, and I filled them all in using a gray shade that would be, like a natural wrinkle shade, I guess you could say. So I again just smiled and made all kinds of faces to make my wrinkles pop out at their very most, and filled in all those little spaces. And then I'm just going to keep working on the smile area just to really make it pop. I also felt like I needed to elongate my nose a little bit and make it a little more doll-like, so I filled in around the nose holes with some black shadow. To make the lines on my chin, I kind of feel like I could have made them a little closer together. Do it however you feel like it suits you best. So I just started out by taking 2 straight lines and going down right by the sides of my mouth, and then I'm going to round it out here in a minute. But first I'm going to start shading in under my lip to make it look a little bit more pouty, and then I filled in the chin dimple. Now we are on to filling in the lips, and I have very small lips, so I wanted to make sure to make them bigger and fuller just so they stand out more. So I took a red liner and filled those in and overdrew them. Now I'm taking that same liner that I used on my eyebrows, and I'm finishing out the chin and taking the same shadow that I've used to shade everything and going around the edges. For cheeks, this is going to really make it pop. I'm taking a very bright pink red blush and going very heavy-handed with it right in the middle of those cheek implant looking things. And then I'm going to go around the lips with a black liner just to kind of help mask the fact that they are overdrawn, because you can really see that they are badly overdrawn. I applied some false lashes that I picked up from Dollar Tree. They are by ColorMates, and they're just very dramatic looking lashes, and I decided that I needed to hollow out the rest of my face a little bit more, so I'm going around it with a little bit of a contour slash bronzer shade. And around the nose, I was trying to make it a little bit longer, but also a little more button-like, if that makes any sense. So that's what you see me doing there. And then I just took the bronzer all the way around my face. This highlight right here is beaming. This is actually by Profusion, and I cannot believe that I don't use this more because it is so blinding. I cannot get over it, but it really brought the doll-like features to life. The camera is not doing it justice just how bright this is. And in case you're wondering, I am looking at a reference photo of a ventriloquist dummy on Google right now so that I can kind of get my lines right and all the shininess too. Alright, then I went ahead and put on a new outfit and let down my hair. And that is it, guys. That is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoy this. You could add to it or take away, make it your own, but please make sure to tag me on Instagram if you decide to do this for Halloween. I would absolutely love to see your all's creations. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and always be you. Have a happy Halloween, but most of all, be safe.